Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California weather-wise. Today is March 2nd, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see all the cold air cumulus out over the Pacific Ocean, still yet to go. Sun rising across the Pacific Ocean. Check out the state of California here. Big mountain snow still ongoing across the Sierra Nevada. High winds. We got big waves up and down the coastline. We got a thunderstorm threat, and you might even get a water spout or maybe even another needle in a haystack funnel cloud out there as well. We did have a tornado yesterday. I'm going to show you that here with this slide. If we back this up towards the Doppler yesterday. If you look down here right there, that's that little bugger there. Very difficult to forecast these across the state of California. We did have some rotating cells coming towards the coastline, some lightning strikes as well, and that's going to be a recurring theme today. As I'll scroll ahead to this morning, you can see the sun rise and all these cold air cumulus still rolling back into the state as we go through today and probably again tomorrow. Now, take a look at low elevation snow across Northern California and Oregon. This is National Weather Service, Medford, Oregon, and this is the I-5 corridor. So once you get out of the valley there, you're going to run into those winter driving conditions. Siskiyou Summit, you can see these snows are very low as we go through tonight and on into Sunday morning. So heads up for those winter driving conditions. Rain still yet to come from much of the coastline here, and hit and miss showers here. Some areas are going to get more, some less, with the thunderstorm potential as these showers move on shore. High surf advisory goes through this afternoon. Breaking waves to 20 feet there. Don't turn your back on the ocean. Stay off the rocks and jetties. And this might get extended a bit here as well as wave action may continue on in through tomorrow. Blizzard conditions still exist through today, through tomorrow morning, most likely. Big snows still yet to come. I know I-80 is closed right now, so heads up for that. You should not be trying to travel across the Sierra Nevadas right now. Apparently, a lot of people didn't get that memo on through the day yesterday. A lot of people got stuck up there. I'm not sure how that turned out for a lot of people, but hopefully they got off the mountains safely. Now, looking for Southern California, there's a 20% chance of 1 inch for the I-5 and Grapevine, and you can see the lower snow levels rolling in here. And again, some of the rain for the foothills and mountains, the saturated areas up there. You could have some rock and mudslide issues out there, so for that. And we got big wave action, some gusty winds along the coastal areas as well, and especially across the higher terrain, those strong winds. I'll show more on that here in a moment. Now, this was a Hanford National Weather Service is actually put out this morning, and you can see the big amounts still yet to come. Don't let your guard down. This is going to be raging on into tomorrow morning at least, and for some areas continuing on into Monday and maybe even into Tuesdays. We have additional systems rolling in here, and you can see some of that transverse range getting some of that precipitation in the form of snowfall. Might even include I-5 at times. Now, looking down towards San Diego National Weather Service, you can see the high wind warnings for the higher terrain, some of the desert areas here, and we have winter storm warnings out there. And if we take a look at that, you can see the heavy wet snow mainly above 6,500 feet there, but once you get above 7,500, you can start getting up towards a foot. Winds gusting as high as 80 miles per hour, so you can get really wild out there. Heads up, anybody trying to travel off in the backcountry or hiking around some of the higher areas is going to run into some very dynamic conditions out there, so heads up for that. And this is the wave action. I just want to kind of show you how this progresses down the state. That's about right now where we are. You can see big action up and down Northern California, still headed into Southern California here, all the way on into Sunday morning. As you can see, elevated wave action. So keep that in the back of your mind. All the way towards Monday morning, we're going to have elevated wave action actually. And then we get kind of a break here as we go through Monday night into Tuesday here, and we'll see what kind of punch that next system is going to bring. It does kick up the waves a bit more as we go through the mid and end portion of next week. Here's the wide view of things here. Winter storm impacts. Again, extreme conditions out there across the Sierra Nevada. Don't be traveling unless it's an absolute emergency in Northern California as well. And you see some of the lower snow levels into the coastal range, and some of Southern California starting to show some moderate and major impacts for the very highest terrain across Southern California as well. And you can see the high wind warnings out there, the winter storm warnings for Southern California, and the pinkest winter storm warnings as well. And the blizzard is in red, and some of eastern Nevada is included in that. Now, what is a blizzard? I've been talking about this the last couple of days. Sustained winds, frequent gusts greater than 35 miles per hour, considerable falling and or blowing snow, frequently reducing visibility to less than a quarter mile for 3 hours. And, it's been going on for some areas for almost 2 days now, and it's going to continue on at least through today. So we're easily meeting those blizzard criteria. Now, I-80 right now is closed. You can see I'm clicking on the Caltrans here. It talks about eastbound closed to traffic, and just outside of Truckee, it looks like it's closed again there. So just a heads up for that. Travel at your own risk. And this is day one thunderstorm outlook. So we just had that plain old thunderstorm outlook yesterday when we had that tornado out there. So we're going to kind of do the same thing similar again today. We do have a severe wind threat across Nevada and Utah here also. But, eyes on the sky today. Watch out. And at the very least, they might be containing some gusty winds and some lightning strikes as well. And if we look at significant tornado parameters, something similar to what was going on yesterday. See, as we go through the afternoon hours, we're still dealing with some of these parameters. It could be favorable for a funnel cloud out there, or maybe even even a water spout as some of these showers roll onto the shoreline. This is lightning flash density potential. This is the high resolution rapid refresh that goes out 48 hours. And again, you can see the lightning potential that we're going to be dealing with here as we go through the afternoon hours across much of the state, generally north of Southern California. And as we scroll off into Sunday here, we may do it again as well. You cannot rule out a lightning strike on the day Sunday, mainly central and northern California. So looking at the wind speeds, I just want to kind of play through this and let you know that we're still dealing with the strong winds as we go on in through tonight. Into tomorrow morning, Southern California, Mojave Desert. As you can see, we start to relax things a little bit as we go through Sunday night across the Sierra Nevada. So that's good news. Finally, some relaxing of the storm here across the Sierra Nevada as we go on in through Monday. But the snow may continue on for some areas, and I'll show you that map here in a moment. As you can see, this next system and an impulse moves through Oregon as well. It might keep some of that precipitation going, but it won't be as dynamic as what is going on right now. You can see the polar lobe that is hanging over it right in the Pacific Northwest and down into California. As we go through the day today, then this starts to finally kick through as we go through Monday morning, and then that next system tries rolling in here as well, and maybe keep the precipitation going for some areas as we go on in through the week. And after that, maybe we'll get a little bit of ridging here, and then we'll watch that Gulf of Alaska polar lobe out there kind of rolling around and see what it has in store for us. But looking at the GFS, this is hot off the presses. So again, you can see the huge snowfall amounts, and these are 3-hour chunks. I'm clicking through here. Get the picture all the way through tonight. It does start to wane a little bit as we go through the day tomorrow, but precipitation continuing. And then we bring another impulse into Oregon that could potentially keep things going across Northern California and some of the central and northern Sierra, some of the Cascades and Klamath Mountain ranges as well. And this next system wants to keep precipitation going all the way on in through midweek for some areas before things finally start to wind down as we go through Wednesday or Thursday. Again, we'll break that down here as we go day by day. We're still dealing with the bulk of this storm as we're speaking right now. This is the National Blended Models, total snow in inches. This one is hot off the presses. And if we run this, you can see the big snowfall amount still ongoing here as we go through tonight and onto tomorrow morning. We're still piling up some of that snowfall here. You can see some areas getting, another 3 to 4 feet on top of what you've already gotten here. And then we scroll on in through the week here, and you can see some snow continuing to fly across Northern California as we go through the day Monday into Tuesday and maybe on into Wednesday. Now, apparent temperature, just kind of showing you, when you see these, when you get into the white here, that shows that wind chill there is below 0 Fahrenheit. So check it out as we're scrolling on in through this morning and on in through this afternoon. You can see just the brutal conditions across the Sierra Nevada, and it's pretty raw everywhere else. Southern California, pretty darn right cold, and you can see kind of continues on. And as we go on in through Monday, we start to relax things a little bit. You see we back off on some of those wind chills across the higher terrain here. Then we go on in through the day Tuesday, and here we go through Tuesday afternoon. We start to warm up a little bit here. So there is light at the end of the tunnel as we go through next week. And here we go at Tioga Pass. Snow levels generally below 5,000. At some points, getting down towards 2,500 feet as we go through the next couple of days. And we're still piling up that snowfall as we speak. And this is for Donner Summit. Still piling up that snowfall. Snow levels are pretty low, so you're not going to have to go that far up I-80 to start running into some of those problems. And you can see there's no traffic out there right now. Things just look absolutely miserable across from Donner Summit, Castle Peak, and 395 as well. It looks like it might actually be closed right now also. So check before you go if you have to. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This is much of the west coast below. There's the precipitation. 8 to 14 day, nothing changed there as we go all the way through March 15th there, and precipitation kind of generally above average here. We'll see how that trends, and we break it down day by day. So just something to look at in the extended. And if you missed this one yesterday, this was issued on February 29th. This is the March 2024 outlook, and you can see below average across the southwest and above average here precipitation wise. Does include much of California, and maybe the risk of heavy snow will stay with us here for some of the Sierra Nevada, the Cascades, Klamath Mountain Range, and up to the Pacific Northwest as we go through mid-March. Cross your fingers we can use that snow. It always pays off once you get into the spring and the summer months. But yeah, crazy satellite imagery there. Lots of cold air cumulus to go. And when these slam into the higher terrain, they can be prolific snowmakers here. So you're going to be going through some ebb and flow here over the next couple of days with the snow lightening up at times and then picking right back up again. So blizzard conditions through today to tomorrow morning. Big winds, finally relaxing maybe by tomorrow night here, and watch out for that lightning threat here. Keep your eyes on the sky. If you get a funnel cloud out there, send it to me. I'd love to share that on the channel here. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We will do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.